Hello, this is Azrael, and I'm going to be doing a video on Terrordrome Reign of the Legends, but we're just going to be going over the updates that have happened over the past 2 months. All of the updates get posted on the beginning of the month, and I am a little bit late for both of these, but I've been wanting to do this for a while. So let's get into it. Testing and modeling. This last month, we've been putting out a lot of our effort into more new stages, testing the Wendigo and testing out rollback netcode. And that's our little rundown here. And so let's look at them. So for rollback network code, they said that they were having a lot of troubles here with their netcode still, but they are putting it at the top of the list of what they want, and they're just trying to pay a lot of attention to this because it's very important to them to have a good online experience. And for user interface adjustments, we have heavily advertised a new user interface to be included in our next update. We feel comfortable how it currently looks. However, we do plan to make some of our adjustments in the future. We've included various new menu styles and for the main menu, pause menus, character selection, loading screens, and match end screens, which is very good because it just makes the game look a lot more polished and not as much as of a beta. I have a big kind of like gripe with the user interface right now, because sometimes when you're going into the move list and stuff like that, the moves change the order, and which can be very annoying, and it's hard for you to learn the moves if you don't know if they keep on changing and which ones you haven't done yet. I had that problem a lot when I was making my little overviews for the different characters. If you haven't seen any of them, you should look at them, because I think I did a pretty good overview of like what the character kind of does for each one of them. And yeah, so this is one of the characters they're gonna release pretty soon. It's the Wendigo, and they say that he's pretty much complete except for minor bugs and audio errors and small additions, and we should have a gameplay trailer pretty soon. As for stages, we have Frankenstein Sanctuary, which I'm actually really excited for, because Frankenstein is definitely one of my favorite gothic novels of all time, because it's just such a depressing thing, and it's very cool to see you have like this gothic palace type of thing, if you see it right here, and seeing that he lives in the ice temples and stuff like that is kind of a true thing to what happened in the book. And for the next one here, we have the Underground Laboratory, and the Underground Laboratory is pretty much a Dracula facility where he's testing on things, but this is not technically a Dracula map, because they personally say that there's no home stage for the character, or for any character this is. And yeah, it seems pretty cool, and we just gotta wait for it to release as well. So 2 new stages on the horizon. And for other news, I don't think I've read this actually. Since we have merged our plans and updated the larger scale updates, we are still looking for fine-tune aspects for the coming update. These include smaller scale items and such as bug fixes, UI adjustments, and some stage changes. We also still producing the music tracks for Winter Forest and Realm of Agony. Outside the music tracks, these stages are complete. We are looking forward to sharing more with you next month. Apologies that this month has been light with news. We are shooting to release the next update this month, so in March. So that's one of the updates for March, just going over that. But we're going to be going over February now, and they said that they're going to be releasing the game on Epic Games, which is pretty cool. So more players from that realm, having more players in general on an indie game is just good in general, because it makes more of a hype around it and more community members that we can all enjoy. So more success to come means more people on console can possibly get it, and possibly more content in the future, which is just good in general. And they also talked about them releasing their actual own development blog that happened in January, and some of the announcements they had, which are pretty cool. I really recommend you watching that video. It should be pretty easy to find. Just say development vlog 5 for Terrordrome, and then you'll pretty much find it. For 3 new characters, they said that there are going to be 15 playable characters at launch, and to be clarified, these characters have already been decided, so they're not just deciding on any of them, and they're going to be all original characters, so don't expect to see like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre character or like anything like Pinhead. Sadly, I'm kind of sad that we're not getting Pinhead, because that's my favorite horror franchise. So they said that they might add DLC later on, but it's not a guarantee because they want to focus on it being a success first, and then if it succeeds, then they'll probably add some characters. So, and they're gonna just say, they just said sorry if it doesn't succeed, so we can't add more characters, but there are gonna be 15 characters that are at base game, which is just incredible, to be honest. And I'm happy that we're getting more in general. And then they talk about the Wendigo and some of his animations and stuff like that, and they shown a big teaser, some of the teaser for him, and which is pretty cool. And these are 2 more stages here. We have the greenhouse, and they say that this one is Dracula's greenhouse on one of the common locations of his estate, which is just cool seeing a more green stage. And yeah, it's pretty cool to see another stage here. And this will act as the Invisible Man stage, which is pretty cool. And then this one here, we have the warehouse. The stage seems like what it's going to be at what we seen at the launch of it, where all the characters were fighting. And it seems like it's going to be holding all these artifacts and stuff like that that are being shipped around, and maybe and like all these priceless possessions of like Camelot and Atlantis. And yeah. And this will act as Spring Hill Jack's home stage. And also one more new thing is that the FOV of the game has changed, and which is pretty cool. Which means you can see more, and it's not going to be as close in, and you can kind of see your spacing a little bit better. Just a different camera angle, which is kind of good, because sometimes characters are just very large and it makes the screen very hard to tell. You're just like off the screen half the time when you jump, if someone's on the ground, if they're tall, which is very weird. They said that they commissioned 5 more additional stage tracks or music tracks, which is pretty cool because I love the music in this game. And yeah, more content, more music, very good in general. So they said that they're going to be merging the user interface update and with the Wendigo update, which means that they're going to be coming out together, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. If you want to know more about what's happening in the game, I would recommend you watch their own video, and that is coming out. It's Dev Vlog 5 for Terrordrome Reign of the Legend. And yeah, see you guys later.
Inside this place is warm, outside it starts to bomb, coming down.